Alec Baldwin will be charged with manslaughter, at least according to the new report. Let's put the picture up full mass. You are aware of what happened a couple of years ago on a set. According to the Santa Fe District Attorney, prosecutors plan to charge the actor, Alec Baldwin, and film Amora Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with 2 different counts of involuntary manslaughter. Now, it's important to understand the distinction. This was connected, obviously, to the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust back in 2021, okay? This was a cinematographer who was killed. It was a cinematographer who was shot. The second charge, involuntary manslaughter in the commission of a lawful act, includes a firearms enhancement, which actually carries a mandatory, this is one of those mandatory minimums, a mandatory 5-year prison term. A jury could only convict on one of those 2 charges. The shooting occurred on the set during preparations for a scene where Baldwin discharged a live round from a revolver, killing a 42-year-old Hutchins. The film's director, Joel Souza, was also wounded, all right? The film's first assistant director, David Halls, has agreed to plead guilty to the charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon. As an assistant director, Hall served as safety coordinator on the set and handed the gun to Mr. Baldwin at the rehearsal, all right? The film production is being fined. In April, New Mexico's Occupational Health and Safety Bureau said the film's producers knew that firearm safety procedures weren't being followed and failed to intervene. In a report, safety inspectors also found that Mr. Halls did not consult with Ms. Gutierrez-Reed before handing the gun to Mr. Baldwin, another violation of protocol and safety policy. The Workplace Safety Agency imposed a civil penalty of nearly $137,000, the maximum fine allowed under state law. On the production company behind the film, the company, Rust Movie Productions LLC, has contested the findings in an administrative proceeding. I'm going to give you some background to this wrongful death case and some of the dynamics associated with the negligence, gross negligence that led to the death of another human being. In October, it was Baldwin himself and the Rust production team. They reached a settlement with the Hutchins family in a wrongful death lawsuit. The party said at the time, the terms of the settlement were not disclosed. They were all private. Baldwin filed a lawsuit against several Rust crew members, including Gutierrez-Reed and Halls. This was in November. The lawsuit alleges that the crew members were negligent in their duties to protect the cast and the crew, including giving Baldwin a loaded gun. In response, an attorney said Mr. Baldwin, quote, is the only one responsible for this tragedy. An attorney for Mr. Halls did not comment at the time. Naturally, this is a developing story. This is a developing saga. So, my dear brother, David, let's analyze this, okay? The attorney, one of the attorneys at least, says, well, the only person at fault is Baldwin, all right? I actually never saw it that way. I never saw that he was the only person at fault, given the chain of custody for the weapon and the fact that you're supposed to have safety protocols when it comes to weapons on set, and all those protocols obviously failed. The actor was handed the gun. He assumed it was not a live round inside of the gun, all right? I think that was a fair assumption. But there's a safety dynamic associated with Baldwin that he did not follow, and so he's being caught up into this as well, all right? What say you?
I'm surprised, frankly. I mean, I'm not surprised, in fact, that the people who essentially assembled the gun or loaded the gun or were responsible initially were charged with negligence. But based on everything that I had seen until this point with Alec Baldwin, it seemed like he had done all the right things in terms of the apologies, that this was an accident, that he was just sort of, pointing it, that he wasn't deliberately pointing it at anybody. In order for there to be a manslaughter charge, though, it sounds like it has to be more than just, well, he was just holding a gun and it accidentally went off. This sounds like he literally pointed it at some people and pulled the trigger and thinking that this would just be some sort of, fake cartridge or whatever it was. Frankly, I'm surprised, and this is a big deal. I mean, the fact that Alec Baldwin, as you point out, could get jail time out of this. And again, prosecutors generally don't bring cases against celebrities unless they're pretty sure the evidence is very strong, if they've got a good chance of winning in court, because celebrities are far more difficult to convict in a trial than just the ordinary citizen. So to me, the evidence has got to be very strong to convince the prosecutors to actually do this.
Yeah, and we will update when these charges happen. According to the DA, these charges are coming, all right?